morning, good afternoon, good evening, YouTube. What is up? I hope everyone had an awesome weekend. I'm actually leaving a little early today in case situations and events like last week with the construction is happening or happened again and causes a huge traffic jam. So I don't know if 5 minutes would make any difference at all, but we will just have to see what happens. Heading to Starbucks. I'm actually really craving their, I think it's a cookie crumble frappuccino or something. It's really sweet, but for some reason I've been really craving it, and it's not often I get a frappuccino in the morning because it's kind of chilly outside. I'm out of the shower, so my body temperature is still pretty up there. Usually during the mornings, if it's chilly-ish, I usually go for a hot coffee, but I'm just really craving a sweet frappuccino right now, so that's exactly what I'm going to get. The reason why I named the video from yesterday the way I did is because I really did not know what to name it. There was no significance of anything. Nothing in the video really happened, and I just thought it would be a pretty funny video title. Like I said, I really did not know what to name it. And are they trying to letting two ladies cross the road? Yeah, so I didn't know what to name the video. That's why I said not sure what to name the title of this video, and actually titled it that way. So I thought that's pretty fun. Third thing, so I actually brought my lavalier mic because people who know me know I just don't like driving with the windows up for whatever reason. Regardless if the car has AC or not. My car is probably the only car that I drive with no AC on, but that actually translates to other cars as well. For example, like right now, I am not driving with AC on. Instead, I'm driving with the windows down. But knowing the fact that I was able to film and you guys could hear me clearly using the lavalier mic connected to the Sony action cam, not only were my windows down on the Miata, the convertible was down as well. That leads me to know you guys can still hear me when I'm using the lavalier mic, even with pretty much like half of the car down. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go to Best Buy after class and see if they have a microphone adapter, because the A6000 does not have a microphone input. It has I think it's only like a USB or something, or like a HDMI input. I'm gonna see if Best Buy has what I want. Hopefully, if they do, hopefully it's not. What is he doing? I don't know what this BMW was doing. He was stopping at the stop sign for no apparent reason, not knowing there's a car behind him probably, which was me, and I just gave him a little honk. Not bad at all. Just to tell him like, hey, there's a car behind you. Pay attention. I'm gonna see if Best Buy has it, and if they do, hopefully it's not too expensive. If it's not too expensive, then I'm just gonna swoop it, because I feel like it would just do me a favor by getting it. I won't be using it when I'm not outside, because when I'm just out and about walking, if the wind's not too high, then I don't need to use it. But if, say, I'm driving or whatever with the windows down, like right now there's no wind, you guys can hear me clearly, but like back there, I'm driving, you know, at normal speeds, wind's blowing in from the windows. I don't know where the microphone is located on this camera. I've had it for years and I still have no clue, because I just started recently using this camera for video, so I don't know where the microphone is. So it would just be better for me to get a microphone adapter, plug it in, and just see how it is. I'm at Saratoga and Cox right now, and I just want to focus on driving in case there is some stupid construction going on. So I will see you guys later when I get the Starbucks. Never mind, they're done with the road construction, so I guess that was those last few days. But again, it makes no sense why you would be doing this in broad daylight during peak time of rush hour traffic. Like, it just, to me, it just makes no sense at all. Anyways, see you guys at Starbucks. Alright, just got to Starbucks. I'm actually in front of the store right now. I didn't do any B-roll, despite not having construction, just for some strange reason, from Prospect all the way up to even like here at Starbucks. The whole, I don't even know how many miles it is, just the whole distance of road. It's pretty unsafe to be doing something else while you're driving this specific section of De Anza Boulevard. It's possible, I can do it. It's just not very, bluntly speaking, it's not very safe. If I was doing it with the GoPro, maybe, but I didn't bring the GoPro today. There's a good and a bad thing about using the GoPro for slow motion B-roll. The good thing is, if you wanted to get like a wide angle slow motion, then GoPro is absolutely perfect for it. But if you're trying to get close up to the subject, really try to emphasize your attention or pull your attention to something, The GoPro is not good for it whatsoever. The 1650 and slowing the video footage down by 50% is actually more fitting for that situation than the GoPro is. I did mobile ordering. Prep time is apparently, you guys can't see that, which kind of sucks, but it says 6 to 9 minutes. It should be done by the time I stop this video and then start recording again. Actually, wait, what am I saying? Yeah, it should be finished by the time I stop this video and walk in the store. I am gonna go in, grab my drink, and it's 9:42, so I'm gonna spend a little bit of time working here at Starbucks and then head on over to campus. So I will see you guys after I park my car in the parking structure. I just got to school and I just realized I'm the only asshole here who parked his SUV in the compact spot. This whole section is filled with compact cars, or not, compact spots, and literally there's a Z right there, but all of these cars are small cars, right? And I'm the only dude here who is in a SUV and in a compact spot. And the problem is, both sides of my tires are on the line, and I know that for a fact because when I checked on my side, my tire, I literally had to put my tires on the line because that side is also on the line. So I don't know why I do it, but it's just my preference to park on the right hand side. For some reason, right, I tried parking on the left, but for some reason my instinct is to just back in on the right side. I don't know what it is, but I just thought that was kind of funny. Right now it's 10:10. I'm gonna head down 5 minutes, and I will see you guys after class. I just got out of class and I actually called Best Buy because I just did it in case, and I'm glad I did because that saves me from actually making a trip to the store. They don't sell an adapter for the lavalier mic that I have. It's a unusual, I think, 2.5mm jack, which isn't the standard 3.5mm, so that is already one problem. The second problem is because the A6000 only uses hot shoe microphones, which I don't have. I literally have 3 shotgun microphones, but none of them use the hot shoe directly. You have to mount it on the hot shoe, and then there's another plug that you plug into the camera body. So unfortunately, the A6000 literally uses a hot shoe mount microphone. I don't know why, but it's just weird. So gonna go back home. Might even have to swing around to the gas station because we're near low fuel and I'm taking the highway back. I might be on low fuel on the highway even. I guess I'm gonna go back home, do some homework, put these videos in Premiere Pro, and yeah, just actually I might, you know what, why not, I'm gonna go around to Supercure or something and get some milk tea because I'm thirsty, which means I will actually be going to the gas station either before or after getting milk tea and then heading back home. So I will see you guys either at the gas station or at the tea shop. Alright, I just got the Supercue, and the good thing I like about recording like outdoors is that I don't have to speak that loudly when there's no cars around, and when there's no people around, I don't have to be that loud. And off completely random, but this car right here, you guys can't see it in the camera, but I think it's a Highlander. I don't even know what it is. All I know is that it's a hybrid, but the strut tower is like baby blue, which I think is really cool. The car itself is two-tone, black on white. Yeah, I just find that to be really cool how it's like a baby blue colored strut tower for the suspension. My drink is right here. I got the Focus, thank you very much. I got the almond milk tea, 30% sugar, lychee jelly. This drink, you can't get it with no sugar. I don't know why, but it's whatever. I have it often, but not every day, so that's it. That's the good thing. I guess I'm just chilling here for a little while and then going to the gas station after this on the way back home. There's actually this incident that happened this morning, and I was gonna do another video on it if the dean of the school does not do anything. Then I'm gonna post the whole situation on the internet. I'm not trying to blow it up. I just find it to be ridiculous because it's either go to this school area or the other way is to take the highway back to my house, but the highway is even worse because of rush hour traffic on the way to work in the morning. What happens is within the, like a 2 to 3 mile radius of this elementary school, which unfortunately my house is literally less than 1/8 of a mile away from the school, which usually takes me about like 2 minutes from the main road of that area to get back to my house. I live only like 2 streets away from it. The 2 common problems are there's a crosswalk at one of the intersections of the school, and there's even a crossguard duty, or a crossguard, not crossguard duty, there's a crossguard. She actually does a job. She makes sure the students and the children walk over safely, and she even has a whistle and whatnot, so I know for a fact that it works. Basically what happens is there's a lot of parents, and I don't know why. To me, your child's safety should be the number one thing, right? But apparently that's not the case when it comes to rushing your kids to school. I've had a bunch of times where the car in front of me, I'm all for letting humans walking across a crosswalk. Like, that's a whole different story compared to if you're trying to walk your kid across the street, not using a crosswalk, and expecting cars to let you walk across the street. I have no sympathy for parents who don't give a and expect cars that are driving through the neighborhood. Even at 25 miles per hour, a car is going pretty fast compared to a human who's standing still with their child trying to walk across the street just to get to the campus because they parked the car across the street. I had a car this morning who was trying to let two families walk across the street when the crosswalk with the crossguard was only like 200 feet further away. So to me that makes no sense, and I've almost rear-ended a few of those cars. To me it's just really stupid, because to me I'm thinking, if you really value your kids' lives, I think you should walk another 200 feet and use the crosswalk with the crossguard, instead of expecting people to randomly stop on the street, become a hazard for other cars that are coming in, because they might potentially rear-end the car that you're forcing to let you walk across the street. So that to me makes no sense at all. I actually honked at the person this morning, and another truck who was waiting on the opposite side for a green light actually yelled at me to slow down, and I really wanted to cuss at him, but I was in a rush, so I didn't really care. And the other problem is because for this school, right, there's only one entrance, and it's only one street. And what happens is half of the parents know how the process is, and they go around the school because the line actually forms around the campus the other way. But what some parents do, and these are the parents I see every single day, what these guys do is they go around the opposite side as a shortcut and wants to make an illegal U-turn on the street I usually take, or they make an illegal U-turn at the junction, at the intersection. I've also been literally nailed by parents who use this shortcut road just to cut the line. A lot of them use one of the side streets, turn off onto the side street, and attempt to make that U-turn without checking the blind spot, because I'm coming right behind them, right? And they don't see me coming at all. So what happens is, as I'm driving and they don't even check to come out, and I hold the horn down on them, and some still don't give a and still proceed to go on. And that's when I literally glare at them and put the window down and cuss them out. I'm thinking, for one, you don't own the road. Two, why not be like other parents and wait your turn in line? And if anything, can leave your house earlier. Like, it's not that hard. I understand that kids don't want to leave the house early because they just can't wake up in the morning. I completely understand that, because I've been there before. I still remember, even in high school, it was a pain in the ass to wake up at 7, 8 a.m. for morning class. I'd much rather wake up earlier than to risk my child's safety to be a nuisance and an asshole to the rest of the members of the community by cutting in line or not wanting to wait and taking that shortcut. Like, there are hundreds of other yous who are trying to drop off your kids at the school, but they know their place in line, they know their spot, they are willing to leave the 5-10 minutes extra just to make sure that they aren't a nuisance to the community. And then you got those few people who are impatient and want to be a jack and become a road hazard by trying to take the shortcut. Like, to me that just makes no sense at all, right? And to anyone else, it just makes no sense at all either. There is literally no other way around it. Within that school, if you're within like a 2 to 3 mile radius of that bell time, I don't know when they start school, maybe like 8:15, or maybe even 9. But if you're anywhere close to that area and close to the main road that connects to that school or leads to that school, if you're in that area within that time frame, you're gonna be regardless, because the traffic flow there is so that I film every single time I drive by that school. I don't know how to ask the school to make a suggestion, and apparently the head of school has reported to the head of security for that institution. They don't seem to give a fuck about it, and I'm just like, well, I don't care if you earn a lot of money. I don't care if you drive a $100,000 car. Well, money does not equal skill. Money does not equal logic at all. And a lot of those people drive Teslas, they drive like P100Ds, they drive Model X's. P100Ds fully loaded is $150,000. A Model X base model, $100,000 out the door. And I've also seen a lot of high-end Audis, and those are also way above $100,000, but they have no brain. And I'm just like, it just makes no sense. It's not that I'm trying to call the school out, it's that I went to St. Andrews Episcopal Middle School, and Harker was one of our main competitors for sports. So I know that school along with Sacred Heart. So those three schools were in close circumference. So I know for a fact that Harker is a good school. They just don't seem to care about the other people. Money speaks, but money doesn't always speak. When it comes to safety, money does not always speak. That's why I'm bringing this up in video, because it's more than just about money. It's about the safety of the residents there as well. And you can't just tell the residents that they don't like it to move, because it's not just one resident. I'm not the only resident complaining about it. I've had other parents bringing the same issue up to me, and I don't even have kids who go to that school. That's a thing. So if you have residents complaining about the problem, if you have other parents complaining to other parents and other residents about the same problem, it's not just one person having that perspective and having that issue. It's a whole bunch of different people. They even report it on Nextdoor as well. So I know for a fact that this is not just a small and minor issue. This is a big issue. I'm just wanting to see what Harker does about this, because it's only going to get worse as time goes on. I already know that for a fact. There have been people there, there have been parents there who have been living there in that neighborhood, actually, within that circumference of the school. There have been people living there for 10, 15, 20 years, 2 decades, and they said that they used to never had that problem before, not until just recently. I know for a fact that problem is just going to get worse, and I'm just waiting to see what happens and how the school takes care of this problem. If they don't do anything about it now, and I'm the one who's bringing up the issues, think about what's going to happen, 1, 2, 3, 5, 10 years later on. Like, really, what's going to happen? I know I went on a complete rant on this, but now that I'm talking about this, it's funny, but at the same time, it's a big enough problem that they should issue, that they should focus on. Because like I said, it's for the safety of the children. Money doesn't always speak, and there's no logic at all, for this. Like, I understand if you're in a rush, but leave the house earlier, right? You should leave the house earlier if it's for your child's safety, and and I'm pretty reckless myself when it comes to driving, but when it comes to human safety on the road, that's a complete whole different story. I know my place, I know my boundaries and all and whatnot. That's why I'm bringing this up. Time to go to the gas station, and I will see you guys there. I just got back home. I actually did not go to the gas station. However, my the fuel light is on. So what I'm gonna do is, before I go pick up my sibling from work, I'm gonna go gas up, $20 or so, enough for maybe 2 days. I just realized the previous video segment is 11 minutes long, which means, thankfully, I'm not doing any B-roll, which also means, hopefully, this video might be around 15-20 minutes. The video hopefully takes an hour and a half to an hour 45 minutes to export, and that's why I'm not doing any B-roll, because I know if I do, it'll take over 2 hours, which I am not down to do. It's just funny because I'm gonna say in the caption oh crap, it's over 10 minutes long, because that's kind of my preference for now, but if it goes over, then it goes over. But I just think that using captions or in-video captions are funny. Those captions are my mental thoughts when I'm recording the video or when I'm looking back at the footage. I've been told by Brian actually that it's funny how I actually include my actual thoughts when I'm editing the video. So I'll see you guys later. Currently at the gas station, filming it right now, and I just realized I put the videos in Premiere Pro. I found out the video is almost 20 minutes long, so on the way to pick up my sister, I'm gonna end the vlog here, because it's gonna be 20 minutes about. Hope you guys had an awesome Monday. Hope you guys had an awesome start to the week, and I will see you guys later.